Alright. I haven't made one of these kind of videos before, but here's how I made my first off the mat, Cricut off the mat project. And I made Ariel for my little girl's birthday. So I bought an image off of Etsy, I uploaded it, and then I searched for it in my images, making a video, and there she is. And she's an SVG, so she has all these different layers. So those are all going to be cut out, and you're going to piece all of those little pieces together. It's kind of like a puzzle. So right now she's only 7 by 6 inches tall. I made mine 24 inches tall, so I changed the height up here to 24. And it tells me that that is too big, but all you have to do is cut down some of those larger pieces. So I'll ungroup. Click that. I'm going to zoom out some so I have easier, so it's easier to work with. And I find my big shadow. That'll be the first thing I cut because it's telling me this is too big and the hair is too big. So I drag that shadow out. That's what I'm going to glue all my pieces onto. I'm going to have to cut it out into 3 separate pieces because it is so large. So I'll go over here and get my shapes, a square. Unlock that square. And I think about how big my mats are. You know, they're 12 by 24 or 12 by 12. So I try to keep it inside that, which really I think it's 11.5. Alright, so let's see what I could chop off. That's too big. I can't remember the exact dimensions. Did I cut now? Isn't that funny? That's right, I had to make it longer. I just used my green mat. I don't have a long blue mat, so. Okay. I should make that go smaller. Alright. So I'm going to select this and select her and slice. There's one piece. Are you bringing my Ariel in here? Thank you.
So I can see this back here.
Oh, thank you. Alright, so there's...
And this is little Ariel.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Such a good helper.
But sometimes she wants to sit down.
Oh, okay.
Like this. And you can see her tail kind of, Mom.
Yeah.
I have tape in my hair.
Do you need help? It's okay.
I have tape in my hair.
Alright, then I slice this off. Make sure I don't delete the wrong one. Let's see, so that is okay. I don't have an error message anymore. And you could slice it up however you want, but to fit on your mats. Alright, so her hair was too big as well. Can't zoom out anymore. So let me scoot these pieces over. And after I cut those out, I'll tape all those together. And you can't see the tape. Of course, I did the back, and you won't be able to see all those lines and creases because I'll put all of this on top. Alright, so here's her body. I think I ended up slicing her body too. And I try to pick places that would be kind of inconspicuous. Like I can cut off the torso right here, and there won't be an obvious line. Because I only use 12 by 12 paper. Well, I use vinyl for the hair, but I only use 12 by 12 paper. And I taped 2 12 by 12s if I needed a longer piece, like for my black. Alright, so again, get your shapes. And I guess you'd apply the same technique to anything you're cutting out, whether it's a Mario or any other kind of character you're doing.
Hello, Mama.
Hi, sweet baby. Alright.
Mama?
What, buddy?
I'm here.
Okay, good. So now I can move that torso around. Bye. And it's going to cut on a different mat. Also ended up cutting this arm off right here with that little skinny tiny spot, and it's not noticeable where I glued it on. Plus, when you cut up these larger pieces, it's easier to work with because it's kind of hard to glue down a big giant piece. Shh, probably that's too loud. I'm gonna angle it just right so you can get all that in there. Let's make it. Oh. Goodness.
Hey, Mama.
Hi, baby girl. Alright. I think that's about just that little tiniest spot is where I want to kind of line it up with. Slice. And if you ever have your slice not show up, it's probably because you have too many things selected. You can only slice 2 things at once. Okay, and the hair. Let's zoom back out. And then I'm just going to make smaller boxes. Oops, I don't want that. Shapes. To get that hair into different sections. And you can use whatever shape you want. I'm just used to using squares. Maybe another shape could work better for you in certain spots.
Where are you? Mr. Sissy? I'm going to Mr. Wobbler.
Now, what I did with mine, this could be fun because it could fit on one mat. I ended up putting it along the part. So it might be a little bit easier to work with. And no, there's technically not a cut right there. And I think this time I did use a circle. This mermaid had a lot of pieces, as you can tell. Alright, so this time I need something round to do that round part. See, I don't want to use a square for that. And then I can unlock it and make an oval. And just turn it and angle it till I get it at the right angle. It's a little big. I think that's as close as it's gonna get. Oh, I chopped off some of her hair. Oh well. I'm gonna use undo. Can make my little oval a little bit bigger. So I was thinking maybe for the face, or if I do this again, I might cut it out in vinyl and then make, like, you know, eye stickers or those kind of stickers to glue on. Gluing on the paper was okay, but I thought it might be easier with the vinyl. I liked doing the hair with a vinyl. I would just be careful with the kind of transfer paper you use. I've heard people talk about how certain transfer papers are super sticky. I just use a duct tape brand, and it works really well. There's a little sliver that I didn't cut very neatly, but let me zoom out so you can see all my pieces. So I cut up just the largest things, the skin, the hair, and that background. And then, like, here's the face. So all of that you'll glue together and piece together like a puzzle. See, look at all those pieces that it's made up of. And as I was gluing, I would hide certain features to see which one I should put on first. Because y'all might be a little bit smarter than me and can figure that out already, but I had to, what's it called? Just cover it up. And then I could figure out what to do. So, I mean, I knew the black would be first and then white would probably be next. But when it got to these little pieces, it was kind of tricky. And then the mouth had a few pieces. It was kind of tricky, but it's just like a big puzzle. You tape all your background together, put all your background together. You could use foam core, cardboard. I didn't have either one of those. So I just taped my black together. I put on the big pieces first, like the tail, the skin, and then I pieced together this part of the tail. I did the shells next. Hang on, sis. And then I did the face last.
There's my other present. I have another present.
It's kind of hard to show you the mermaid, but there she is. Alright, hope that was helpful.